Hi, my name's Guy Vaccaro and welcome to this overview of how to get more business by using LinkedIn. Now LinkedIn is very similar to the other social networking sites in that the idea is you increase your number of friends or followers or connections or whatever terminology that particular site happens to use. For LinkedIn, it's connections. So a friend here is a connection. Now the major difference between LinkedIn and the other large social networking sites is that this is specifically aimed at the business environment, not a social network, but a business network. And the whole point really is to help you increase your brand awareness, offering you that larger customer base than you might already have, therefore enabling you to create new business opportunities and drive traffic through to your own website, which hopefully will lead through to more sales. So by making use of this business networking site, you can help to increase your activity, therefore your Google ranking, and in the long run, your sales. Now, the thing to bear in mind with LinkedIn is that it is a true networking site, and you're not just on it really to be looking for customers, but also for suppliers. So both sides of your chain. So how do we go about extending our connections? Well, the minute you're on there and you update your profile and put plenty of information in about who you are, where you work, your job role and responsibilities, you will get connection offers from other people as they find you. But obviously you want to be proactive and go out finding other people. Now there is a search box at the top here. Now straightforwardly, you could use that to search for individuals that you might know of to see if they're on LinkedIn. Alternatively, we can go into the advanced search settings and start to look for not just people by their name, but by their location in a particular country within a distance of a postcode. So my little business here, the York Designer Outlet, is based in York. And it may be that I'm only wishing to expand my wings around that York perimeter. Well, I can place our postcode in and choose people who are physically located within a set number of miles of my postcode. So I wanted to keep them really within the York boundary. I would go for 25 miles. I can search by job title. Now the job title doesn't have to be exact. It may be that I'm wishing to try and make some HR contacts. So I just put HR and I can look in people's current or past, or just their current posts, or just their past post, or in the past but not the current post. Well, let's say it has to be their current post. I'm looking for people who are currently working in an HR position. I can do the same for company, put a specific company name or part of a company name, and I can put a school. So this is the main top area of the search box. When you move into the lower part of the search box, you can then restrict by industry. So it may be that you really want to tie this down, your search criteria. I'm looking for people who work in HR, but they're in marketing, advertising, and graphic design. Now, search boxes are only as good as the data behind them. So although we have all this facility to filter by industry, if people have not completed their industry information, then they're not going to appear in your search box. So it's just something to bear in mind that not everybody will fill in their profile completely. We can search by all LinkedIn members or at various levels of connection, perhaps just people who are in groups, perhaps people who are at the first level connection, second level connection, and third level connection. At the moment, until you get really deep into LinkedIn and are aware of the nuance of differences between these levels of connection, I would always leave the search to be all LinkedIn members. You may wish to restrict your language to just English, or you may not. You may be quite happy to deal with people who speak different languages. And then there are a few other areas that are actually grayed out at the moment. These items, different levels of seniority, interested in, years of experience, recently joined, Fortune 1000 companies, different company sizes, are only really available to an upgraded account. Most people will run with the free account, which is the basic account. But if you want to upgrade to the premium account, you can do. Obviously, there's a fee associated, but that gives you greater flexibility in the searching. So at the moment, I'm going with what I can do with the basic account, which I can search by job title within a geographical location of myself, and I've restricted the industries to graphic design and market and advertising. So search, and it comes back, because I've been pretty specific, with only 3 people: Group HR Director at Bezier, Managing Director at Graphic Evolution, and an HR Manager based in Hull. Each of these I can send an email. However, sending someone an email requires that I have a premium account. But there are plenty of people out there who I don't need to send emails to. I can adjust my search at this point. I could remove graphic design as a filter, and that will pull no more people out. I could remove marketing and advertising as a filter, and that now increases my results to 597. Now in here, we can see there are a few more people that we can get to. I can view the profile of this LinkedIn member. I can even connect to this LinkedIn member. So I can click connect. How do you know this person? Colleague, classmate, we've done business together, a friend, other, I don't know this person. Now you'll find that if you place the dot in I don't know and send invitation, you're not actually allowed to invite them. The trick is here is to choose friend. If you choose colleague, you need to know where they worked with you. If you choose classmate, you need to know which school. Did they go to your school or another school? We've done business together, and again, you need to use a company. But friend asks for nothing extra. Send invitation, and the invitation was sent successfully. So I want to go back to my advanced searches, which is here. Now, what you can do when you're given your result, which is for HR within 25 miles of where I am, there are 597 results. But what I can do then is restrict and further filter this group by the industries. If I click show more, you can see how it numbers the amount that fall into each. So I only want the human resources ones, and then it will filter those 597 down to 136. And then I can even restrict that by company. If I click show more here, I can see each of the companies that fall into that list. And there's only 3 in HR 180. So there's HR 180. And then you have these extra filters here, which are for your premium account. So I can actually hide those premium filters because I can't use them. But I still have these minimal filtering here to allow me to sieve people out. Now you can see how it becomes quite tricky to actually add connections when you don't have the premium account. Although you can still do plenty of searches and find people who are willing to connect to you, whether you use the names, their titles, their company, their school, or a physical location within a country or within a postcode. You can also add connections, and probably a good start is to add connections for people that you do know. So from the top right here, you can see add connections, and that will bring you back to this screen. And in fact, you'll see this box, see who you already know on LinkedIn, every time you log in to LinkedIn as part of the welcome page. Now, it can access your email. It's much safer to actually import your email contacts. Now, it's found 90 contacts in my CSV file, and what it will do is then send each of these people an invitation. 90 invitations have gone out. The whole point being really that this will build you more business by expanding your company awareness, your brand awareness, offering you that much larger database to work on, and importantly, building your Google ranking.